Craighton Knau. He did everything at full speed and full volume, bending more needles on VU meters than an acid rock band. Those are the words of Andy Anderson, his manager at KMA Shenandoah. Craighton was born in 1925, the only child of Grace and Harley Knau. He may have only been 2 years old, but he was already showing potential as a great communicator. His mother said he was always a good speaker, reciting loud and clear at age 2 for the church Easter program. Craighton grew up near Iowa Falls and was involved in livestock from early on. He raised a pet lamb named Buster as a youngster. He later raised another lamb as his first 4-H project, and before long, he switched to baby beef calves. At age 9, he wrote a book on farming, complete with pictures and copy. By 8th grade, the newspaper listed Craighton Knau with the highest Stanford test score in Hardin County. At the Iowa Falls High School, he was in FFA under advisor Clarence Bundy and a member of the Iowa Falls Durock Breeders Association. He played trombone in the band and acted as MC. Graduating in 1943, Craighton attended Ellsworth Community College, where he got involved in drama and MC'd again for the band. From 1944 to 1946, Knau served in the Army Signal Corps, training in Missouri at Camp Crowder, and was stationed overseas, where he was involved with news at Armed Forces Station JJJJ, Caserta, Italy. In 1947, the young Iowa State agricultural education major came to WOI Radio. Soon he was working with extension broadcaster Dale Williams, Charter National Association of Radio Farm Directors member, and was creating Children's Happy Tune Time, which he hosted 6 days a week.
Hi there, boys and girls. Welcome to the Children's Happy Tune Time. It's 4:30 and time for 15 minutes of recorded and transcribed music and stories, especially for you on this wonderful afternoon. We hope you enjoyed the program this afternoon. Very happy to have you with us this afternoon, and very happy to be able to be with you by way of your radio. And so, now for you, here's a very special... Boys and girls, that's all the time we have for this afternoon. We'll be back again tomorrow afternoon at 4:30 with more recorded and transcribed music especially for you. Hope you enjoyed the program this afternoon. Hope you'll be with us tomorrow afternoon. Remember, if you have a favorite number you'd like to hear played on the program, you just let us know by way of your cards or letters to station WOINE. Until tomorrow afternoon, then, this is Craighton Knau saying goodbye. Play carefully, but have lots of fun.
Early in 1950, WOI-TV, Iowa's first TV station, went on the air. Craighton hosted the farm programs, and his assistant was a young student, Jim Evans, who we know today as Dr. Jim Evans. He also created The Magic Window, a hugely popular children's program. He and co-host Joy received hundreds of letters weekly, including 900 Valentines in one day. Somehow, Craighton found time to get his pilot's license and romance Betty Wolfson, a nursing student at Iowa Lutheran. Betty got her titles RN and Mrs. Knau, both in 1949. Graduating in 1950, Knau stayed in Ames as assistant extension editor, producing evening farm shows, writing, and interviewing. He even interviewed his former FFA advisor, now Iowa State Professor Bundy. Before long, the Knaus became a family, as son Greg was born in 51, followed by Dave. Before long, the boys were joined by sister Meredith. Here's Craighton and Betty's family in 1985. Knau's next stop was WBAY and WBAY-TV, Green Bay, Wisconsin in 1953. He started radio farm programs morning and noon, a daily noon TV program, and a weekly primetime TV program with live musicians. For assistance, he turned again to Jim Evans, who came with his new bride, Marlene. Dr. Evans recalls they put 50,000 miles a year on the farm department wagon, covering and reporting on the land of milk and money. Craighton frequently tossed the agency copy and ad-libbed his own Purina commercials. Mr. Danforth, Purina's chairman, heard these impromptu commercials, called St. Louis, and praised what he had heard. In In April 1955, Craighton was called to join the Gardner Agency as Purina's regional account executive. In the late 50s, Craighton returned to Iowa Falls to operate his own dealership. The agency threw a farewell party and presented him with 2 Purina dealer uniforms. He modeled one and made good use of both. Knau Feed and Farm Service ran a lot of ads and promotions, but after a little more than 3 years, WNAX called, the dealership was sold, and the family moved to Yankton. Besides broadcasting, Craighton demonstrated his cooking skills, placing second in this competition. When he left in '68, South Dakota Governor Bowe wrote, quote, "Your departure is a distinct loss to our state and people." End quote. Craighton took a new direction in life around the time the National Pork Producers Council was being formed. He took the job of promotion director and traveled and spoke for 3 years. He was instrumental in increasing NPPC's membership to more than 40,000 in 29 states during his stay. Leaving Des Moines for Columbus, Nebraska, he now handled sales and promotion and advertising a couple of years for Balin Manufacturing. In 1976, Craighton returned to radio as farm director at KMA Shenandoah. His first assistant became Iowa Congressman Jim Ross Lightfoot. His experience and background brought understanding. Farm people knew they could rely on Craighton and KMA because he talked to the experts, presented both sides of things, but left no doubt with listeners where he stood on issues. He and Betty lived 6 miles from Shenandoah near Essex. They raised sheep on Windy Acres, which Craighton called Crabgrass Knob. From there, they operated their own Iowa-Nebraska farm radio network from 1984 to his death. Knau served NAFB in many capacities. He held every office, traveled and spoke extensively, and was NAFB president in 1983. His foreign travels included Australia and New Zealand, Mexico, Japan, the USSR, Kenya, Brussels, Belgium, and just before he died in December 1987, he made a U.S. feed grains trip to Turkey and Egypt. Betty went along on some trips, even to Germany. The last 2 years of his life, Craighton Knau was NAFB historian. His recognitions and awards are too many to list. He was a trustee of the Iowa 4-H Foundation. NAMA named him Friend of Agriculture, and now Craighton Knau is a member of the NAFB Farm Broadcasters Hall of Fame.